Hi, thanks for joining me. So another anime that I watched video here. I'm very excited because for the first time since I've made my rule where I need to watch two before I can buy one, I'm actually ahead. I have a surplus here. I can buy two things now, and I'm thinking I'm going to maybe keep watching stuff until I build up a little bit more so I can, maybe go on a little shopping spree and get a handful of new anime to watch. But I've been doing really good here. I watched Slayers. This is a really cool Blu-ray box set of the latest two seasons, sort of. I'll go into that. This is Revolution and RevolutionR. Now, I'm a really big Slayers fan. I have all the TV series, movies, OAVs, all that stuff, and I really, really like it. So, going into this when it came out 5 or 6 years ago, I was really excited, really high expectations, and that I've learned is pretty much always a recipe for disaster. These are like 13 episode seasons, and I watched the first one, and it was just kind of disappointing in a variety of ways. The comedy, I think, was there, but it did bring back the original villain from the first story arc, and that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. It just seemed a little lazy. I was like, come on, you can't come up with something new. And not only that, but it just, it ended kind of anticlimactically, and I was a little iffy on it. So, I couldn't quite remember how much of this I had seen, so I watched skimmed the last like 2 episodes of that series, and then I started in on RevolutionR, which it turns out I had seen some of. So I was like, okay, so I watched some of that, and got past what I had seen previously. And lo and behold, as it didn't. I don't want to get other people's expectations too high for this, but it did start to get better. I think something that Slayers kind of struggles with too is getting the sort of the action and the drama parts right. I think when it starts to get more serious, a lot of times it fumbles. I think it's really strong when it's going the comedy route. So seeing it sort of move into that end game, section and actually be like still holding it together, I was a little impressed. And then come to the ending, the last like episode or two, I thought was really good. I really liked it. So, I don't know a whole lot about the production on this, but I will say I think that the way that the new series are made, where they're like these 12 and 13 episode series, I think it threw me off with this because it's actually paced like a 26 episode series. It's a full one of the old television series. They just did it in 2 parts. So I think that was really confusing. Plus, I do think this has some of what seem to be budget issues with new anime series, where some of the episodes are just not very well animated. It's all high def and it looks pretty nice, but to the point where it just grated on my nerves a little bit. But I would say if you're a Slayers fan, don't let that stuff stop you. Go ahead and watch this all the way through as if it were a 26 episode series, and I think that you will enjoy it as long as you keep your expectations modest. So definitely glad to finally have watched that. I also watched more Urusei Yatsura. Definitely going to keep going with this one and really enjoying it. Funny story, I actually had this is the 29th volume and the 30th volume. I had opened this one up, but I didn't end up watching it. The rest of them are all sealed, so I ended up opening this one up and then watching it, and then I realized that I had never watched this one, so I had to watch them out of order. So anyway, more fun episodes in here. I'm not really going to go into them all. It was. I think maybe a few more duds in this batch than the last one, but definitely good stuff. I especially liked the one where they make a movie. Megane decides to make a movie and gets a bunch of the cast involved, and that was kind of fun. There was one where Lum gets bitten by a cow too, and she thinks she's gonna, gonna get sick or something like that. That was kind of a fun one. And more Cobra here. This is something that I was really enjoying. You guys might remember I watched the first half of the TV series and then I watched the movie. So this is the second series, the second set of the TV series, and this is it as far as I know for the TV series. 36 episodes, kind of a weird length for a TV show, but this is just a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. Like I said before, that started getting episodic, and that's fine because I think that the writing is solid in this. The visuals are excellent for something of this vintage, and it's just a fun character. I mean, Cobra is an alpha male, but it's done in a way that's not really grating, at least for me. I can be on board with it. He's kind of a goof, and I get behind him, And there were really some interesting episodes in this. There was one where Cobra is basically stealing some jewels, and he gets involved in this this local war. There are these two factions, so he meets some people that are theoretically all of the same faction, and they basically find out that he has these jewels that he's stolen. So they all agree to share, sort of split the spoils, if they can get Cobra through this war zone. And but then it comes to light that one of them is maybe a spy for the enemy, and then they sort of have to try to figure out which one. And I thought that was really good. Just some fun, creative stuff this time too. So really recommend if you guys like science fiction, especially kind of 80s style. Buck Rogers and Dirty Pair and that kind of thing. Space Adventure Cobra is great. I really enjoyed that a lot. Next up, something I didn't enjoy as much is the end of Outlaw Star. I went ahead and finished this up, and it's definitely okay. It's not unwatchable or anything. This is an alright series, but I do have some issues with it that I think held it back from being really enjoyable for me. It's maybe even just when you get down to the main character, Gene Starwind. He's, I guess, kind of comparing it to Cobra maybe. He's just not as enjoyable, as charismatic a character for me. It's harder for me to get behind his attitude and kind of the way that they sort of portray him as the protagonist, and the supporting cast too. They're just I don't think they're really used strongly. I don't think they build strong villains. They have this sort of ongoing thing between him and this pirate guild, and kind of like Cobra, and him and this the McDougal brothers, these two guys, and They do build a backstory and some motivations, but just all the dramatic, moments, they just kind of, it's just not there for me. Anyway, I'm not going to tear this apart. I don't know that I'm going to keep this in my collection because I don't think I would ever watch it again. I guess I'm still trying to figure that out, but I wouldn't say avoid this. Just keep in mind that, keep your expectations low. It's not something that I thought was really good. There are a lot of series that are similarly themed that I enjoy a lot better than this one. And last, something I did enjoy quite a bit is Iczer Reborn. Now, this is something I had never really seen. I think it's Tatakae Iczer 1, Fight Iczer 1. And I've gone back, I think I've seen it on YouTube pretty recently, and it was good. I mean, I guess obviously I don't think I watched the whole thing because my memory is really foggy about it. But this one I really liked. It's straight up an action series, and in fact, this reminded me a lot of Sailor Moon, without the whole shoujo-ishness to it. It does have a little bit of a kind of a Yuri style, a lot of female characters, getting emotional with other female characters kind of a thing, but that's not even really very overt. I think it's kind of just it's just fighting. It's just straight up an action series with a bad villainous queen kind of character and her various minions, and then a handful of good characters that are fighting against them. And I liked this a lot. This is I don't know, it's AIC, so maybe that had something to do with it, but nothing like any of the the ASC stuff that I, think of, like, that's really cyberpunkish, like Bubblegum Crash, or any of the, the character designs are not by Kenichi Sonoda. It's not, and like Tenchi Muyo or any of that sort of stuff. This is, I forget who the character designer is for this, but they did designs for some other series that seem pretty cool, even some more from ASC, so I really want to check those out. But anyway, if you just, you want like a fun action series that, has some big mechs and like girls fighting in space, this is, they fight mostly on Earth, but this is good. I liked this quite a bit. So I definitely want to get Iczer 1 in my collection, and I didn't realize, but the order, I guess, is Iczer 1, and then I kind of get why they did it. They called this Iczer Reborn because it's Iczer 3, and this character is Iczer 3. Which is why it's called that, but it's weird to have the second in the series be Iczer 3, so... anyway, so I guess the next one is Ixelian, and I had seen Ixelian way back on VHS, and I remember my impression about that was that it seemed interesting and kind of fun, but I had no idea what was going on, and I really want to see it again now that I've seen Iczer Reborn, and want to go back and refresh my memory on Iczer 1. Because I enjoyed this so much, and I think it'll be really nostalgic for me to see Iczer or Ixelian having gotten the backstory now, and I want to see if that's any better than I remembered it with that information. So those are my anime that I watched. Like I said, I'm really excited about watching some more stuff so I can buy some more things, and just trying to really enjoy the stuff that I have, and not go too crazy collecting things that I'm not enjoying. So, having fun with that, and I hope you'll join me again for more anime and video game related videos. I definitely have some more of those coming up, so thank you so much for watching. Catch you next time.